It is time. The official Glacier drop is just around the corner. As a part of today's video, we're breaking down the details and exactly how you in the Cardano community, the Bitcoin community, the ETH community, BNB, AVAX, as well as BAT and a few others can get exclusive access to the Night token and exactly what this means for Midnight, a data privacy focused blockchain which will be launching on the mainnet in the next couple of months. Without any further ado, let's jump on in. Oh, what's up, Ada Gang? Welcome into Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. I'm your host here for Read, an exclusive video here in collaboration with the Lace team to get you guys ready, to get you guys some alpha ahead of the official kickoff of the claim phase, which is one of three key phases to earn the Night token, one of the two tokens as a part of the dual token model included as a part or the launch of the Midnight blockchain. Now we're going to kick things off here by just briefly touching on what Midnight is. I've released exclusive content here on the channel, sitting down with Aran Barak, the CEO of Shielded Technologies, essentially, right, the equivalent to IOG, developing all the tech for the Midnight network. I also spoke with Charles Hoskinson as well about what Midnight is bringing to the table. But more recently, I've done a deep dive, which I'll leave the link to it down below if you want to find out more about the entire Glacier drop process, which is officially upon us. We're going to touch on that very briefly. But then I want to talk a little bit about the Night and the Dust tokens, as well as why Lace will be key for your interactions here with the Midnight ecosystem and what gives them a unique advantage. Now, before we go any further, if it's your first time stopping by the channel, my goal is to help you find your footing here within the Cardano and Bitcoin ecosystems, soon to also include the Midnight ecosystem. As always, if you enjoy content like this, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up on the way in. If you want more, consider subscribing to the Dapp Central YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to voice off down below. Now, the official website for Midnight is midnight.network. Links will be left to it in the description as always. And so Midnight, again, a data focused or data privacy focused network coming in here as one of the first ever partner chains using the partner chain framework developed by IOG, which allows Cardano stake pool operators to also contribute to the security block production of the Midnight blockchain once that launches on the mainnet. Now, what makes Midnight different is the fact that they're using ZK proofs, right? Again, which keeps all the information on the network private. Now, the Glacier drop is essentially a way for them to bootstrap their ecosystem to get new people in outside of Cardano. And so we've got a brief piece here, I'll get myself out of the way, that breaks down the fact that in order to participate within all stages of the Glacier drop, you have to be coming in from either the Cardano ecosystem, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, BNB, AVAX, and the BAT or the Brave browser community. Now, at the time of the snapshot, which was taken back on the 11th of June, you had to hold at least $100 of the native asset for each of those said chains, i.e. on Cardano, you had to hold at least $100 worth of ADA, on Bitcoin, at least $100 worth of Bitcoin, and so forth. Now, I mentioned this will be a multi-phase drop, which includes the claim phase, which is the first phase, which is essentially upon us. Now, there's going to be 100% of the total supply, which will be distributed or at least claimable through this upcoming airdrop. Again, I've got that fully dedicated video breaking down all the details in the minutia. Now, I want to also talk very briefly here about the actual Night token. So Dust and Night are the two tokens which make up the dual token model for the Midnight network. Night is essentially the governance and ownership token of Midnight, and that will also be represented as a CNT or a Cardano native asset. And then you've also got Dust, which is essentially the utility token or the gas token used for fees. Now, Dust can only be generated by holding Night, and it's non-transferable and only usable within the Midnight ecosystem. So Night is the Cardano native asset. which can be held outside of the Midnight network. And it's going to be essentially what's going to be given to SPOs as rewards for block production moving forward. Whereas dust is essentially just for gas. It's a renewable resource, and it's only generated by holding night. Now, this is where a little bit of the key features come in here. If you guys have not heard of Lace, it's essentially a wallet developed by IOG, the same people, right, that are developing Midnight, as well as the same people that are essentially putting together this entire airdrop system. So they've essentially got the alpha, and with the actual Lace wallet, not only are you getting support for the Cardano ecosystem, you're also going to be getting support for the Bitcoin ecosystem, and you're now going to be getting support for the Midnight ecosystem or the Midnight network. So one of the key benefits here, and I'll leave the link to the official Lace wallet or the Lace website down below, but it's available at lace.io. Make sure to go ahead and use the link that I've left down below there. Again, it's a particular or specific link here, giving you guys some of the early news or some of the early alpha ahead of this claim phase. So the first key benefit and distinguishing factor with onboarding with Lace is the fact that you're going to be getting full end-to-end support of Midnight and everything going on in the Midnight ecosystem. And this has essentially been done, or at least been happening in the background, right, since the actual testnet launch of Midnight. So before all of this hype, right, Lace was already working with the Midnight team to integrate Lace as one of the go-to wallets for interacting between Cardano and their ecosystem or the Midnight ecosystem. And you've essentially got the ability, right, to do all the key things that you need to do directly from within Lace. That means claiming, transacting, generating dust, and interacting with shielded tokens or shielded assets on the Midnight network. Second, Lace is right now the only wallet that gives you full access to actually generate dust. So right now, that is a key advantage here going out to Lace. And last is the fact that Lace is essentially already ready. So their entire user interface is plugged up, ready to release and ready to incorporate phase 1 of the Midnight token claim. And so looking forward here, we are expecting for the Glacier drop, at least claim phase number 1, to take place sometime in August, if it's not already live. Depending on when you're seeing and watching this video, it may already be available. Again, check out the links down below for everything as it relates to the latest information. Now, as we get ready to close out today's video, I do want to highlight some of the core features here of Lace as a wallet. And so this actually breaks everything down bullet point by bullet point. They are incorporating tons of security features. In addition, they've got an on-ramping partnership with Banksa. So if you're looking to top up your wallet or just add ADA right from the jump, you can go through Banksa, making it a lot easier to get into your wallet and into the Cardano and Midnight ecosystems. In addition, you can view your NFTs very quickly. You get a lot of information, including the policy ID, asset ID, etc. And then they've also incorporated what they call their multi-delegation feature, meaning that you can actually choose up to, I believe it's 5 different stake pools that you can support with a single wallet or a single account directly from their Lace wallet interface. So again, a feature that makes them stand out a little bit apart from all the other competitors. Now, in closing here, they do also allow for you to connect to some of the most popular and biggest dApps. And you can also actually use what they call their address book, making it easier to send and receive to people that you're familiar with. And they also support ADA handles. Again, one of the standards or naming conventions here within the Cardano ecosystem. So that'll do it here for today's video. Again, briefly touching on the first bit of the Midnight airdrop and the fact that the Lace wallet is essentially your gateway to get early access, not only to the claiming portal and Night as a part of the Glacier drop, but also to begin generating dust and incorporating, or at least interacting with the Midnight mainnet, which is essentially just a couple of weeks, if not months away. Now, until then, if you've enjoyed content like this, please smash that thumbs up. If you want more and you just want to stay updated, I'll have more content just like this coming out. Make sure that subscribe, turn those bell notifications on. And if you have any questions about any portions of the process, leave a comment down below. And again, a brief reminder, use the link down below as a part of this description here if you want to get in touch with the Lace community or just get access to the Lace wallet. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.